Hey everybody, this is Ryan, and I am extremely excited to share what I have here. This is a really two-in-one, but actually kind of a four-in-one device. I normally don't do reviews like this, but this is just awesome. So this serves as an air compressor, as a car battery jumper, and what's really cool, is that it will jump a vehicle that's up to 6 liters if it's a gas-powered, gasoline-powered. That is just unbelievable. I've used other ones that have a smaller engine capacity, but a 6-liter motor is pretty big. You know, it's pretty big. And so that was something that immediately I was like, this is it. This is the stuff. It also has, well, I'm just going to kind of get into it. So just to kind of show some of the stuff, it also has a light option. So if it is in a nighttime situation, this is, let's just say, as a just in case, it's in the vehicle and there's, low air pressure and it's at night, you have an option to turn on a light. There's also an alternating blue and red, kind of like the 5.0, if you know what I'm talking about. You're trying to alert somebody that, hey, there's assistance needed. That's kind of cool. I've never seen one that has a red and blue flashing. And then there is a alternate that kind of flashes like that. That's kind of random, So again, to each their own, but kind of a cool thing. The display on it, kind of give you a close up here, is easy to read. This is massive, so it's huge. And there are presets. Very easy to use. It's all right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's not a lot of options, which is nice because it's pretty simple. To switch, one quick clip, you just go boom, and it goes from the ball icon to the bicycle icon, and then the motorcycle icon, then the vehicle icon, and then this would be sort of a custom setup. So we'll just use this as this example. But you could go and just say, okay, if I have like regularly I need to inflate, let's just say basketballs or something, then you might, maybe basketball's 8. And so I'll share exactly how easy this thing is to work. But if you want to switch from PSI, which is pounds per square inch, then you just do long press, and then it switches to BAR. That's another pressure sensor. And then you also have KPA, long press, and then you have kg/cm squared. Again, it's going to just depend on whatever somebody's interest might be. And then you can switch and alternate between your presets. We're going to go back to PSI, and then we're going to go back to the ball. I'll share how this works here in a sec. It does come with a travel case, which is also kind of nice because everything is stored in here. I was also pleasantly surprised to note that it does come with a tire patch kit. I didn't know how let's just say how handy it would come to have this. Literally just had to do this just the other day. I mean, tire had something stuck in it. I was like, I got to get this fixed. I don't want to take it somewhere and get, just taken, I'm talking as far as a bill. So this has everything in it. Very easy to use. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these different things here. And it has the glue that accompanies it. It also has the, I'm going to call it like the rake. So you take this and you poke it in. I'm just going to take it out because it's just so awesome. So this, after you pull out, let's just say there's a nail or something. You take this, you kind of run it inside the hole to kind of open it up. Then you take this right here and you take one of these, which are sticky, and then you put the glue on it. You fish it through before you put the glue on. You fish it through this hole right here, just one, about halfway through. Once you have the air is going to be just like spewing out of the tire. Totally fine because you have the compressor with you. You take that, you've fished this piece through about halfway, so it's kind of poked out like this. You put the glue, you kind of put the glue all over it, and you take this and you jam it almost all the way. Almost all the way. You want about a 1/2 inch or so remaining of the sticky tube stuff sticking out of the tire. And then because this has this set up like that, it has like a little split right there at the top. What happens is then you just grip it and then you just yank it with all your might, pull it out, and then it leaves it in the tire. And if you don't have something to cut with, like nothing comes with this kit, but then you could take like scissors or something and you can trim it right to the edge of the tire tread, and then you're patched, you're ready to go. Then you use your air compressor and you fill up the tires or whatever, but that's it. Like it's a wrap. Now, if your tire had something poked in like the sidewall, you're just gonna need a new tire. But this will 100% fix for the most part, depending, it's gonna fix your leak. It does come with a USB to USB-C, actually pretty long. It's about at least 3 feet. Yeah, at least 3 feet USB to USB-C. That's how you're gonna charge this right there. This also serves as a battery bank backup. So something happens, the battery's dead, you need to make a phone call, the phone's dead or whatever, you can plug into, again, you have USB and USB-C, you can plug in your device and you can charge your device and you can make a call. So it serves as a battery backup, which is awesome. Then it also comes with 4 different options as far as inflating things. You have something, so if you wanted to use this and inflate, like, let's just say a big old, pool or a lake or some kind of big inflatable, you got that. This bigger one right here. Then you have the one that you would use for filling up, let's say a basketball or something similar. You have a smaller inflator tube, and then you have an alternate one here depending on the type of device you're using. Sometimes like scooters and different things have a little bit different of a thread. So you got 4 options there. Then you also have your high pressure tube, almost 2 feet. I'd say about 18 inches or so. I didn't measure it, but about 18 inches or so to get to your tire or whatever device you're trying. And this will get warm. That's typical of something like this. This will get warm, but this is a high pressure hose. And then the trifecta. This also then will allow you to jump the battery in the vehicle. Because it will do up to a 6-liter gas-powered vehicle, then you're gonna connect it, positive to positive, negative to negative. And now it's solid, and it's gonna hit, there's a clicking sound. And that's letting you know, hey, it's ready. Then you go in the vehicle, you go to crank the engine, it hopefully works. And that's what the problem was, it jumps the car. Once it's jumped, this thing has got a computer in it that tells it, oh, the car is now running. It will automatically shut this off, and it's not trying to add additional electric charge to jump the vehicle. Very, very cool. You get about at least 3. Sometimes you can get 4. I've never had a situation where it didn't start the car if it was because the battery was low. Otherwise, there's something else going on with the battery in the car. Put that on there, but it's super cool. You jump it and then you walk over and you just unplug it. And that's it. It doesn't, it's just like, it's got some kind of computer or something then that tells you what to do. An example of this working on, let's just say a car tire. And so here, this is reading, we have 35 pounds, which is actually correct, on this tire. This is set at 35. It's not needing any more air. But if I up it to 35, it's gonna, that's how fast. We're talking, that's less than 5 seconds. It raised the pressure in the tire a whole half a pound. So it went from 35 to 35.5 in about 5 seconds, maybe not even that much. Very quick, not loud, and the convenience of having this long enough that it could literally just sit there, especially if you needed a lot of air, you need to poke a, you need to fix a flat and the air was like really, really, really low. You can set it on the ground and let it do its thing versus sitting here and have the annoyance of holding it for all that. Now in this example, we've switched it to the basketball default. And if we didn't want it at 8, we wanted it at, let's just say 7.5, we could drop it down to 7.5 as a new preset, or we can make it custom. You just take your ball inflator, you put it up to it, you lock it in there. Super easy. You stick it in. It's going to tell you, in this example, this is super light. All you got to do. And just like that, the 7.5 and 7.5 matches, and this thing is full of air. Now, full disclosure, this company right here sent this to me and said, Ryan, can you do us a favor? Can you give a tutorial? Can you give an overview? Can you test this thing out and give a review? Tell us what you think. Hopefully any and all your questions got answered on this very cool device that does a lot more than I was expecting, and we'll talk to you soon.